I've always been a huge Thanksgiving enthusiast, but I never thought really about hunting turkeys. When my friend Cole and Devil Dog Arms said that they wanted me to come to Utah and hunt some stuff, turkeys were part of the proposition. I actually didn't know anything about hunting turkeys. I didn't know what you shot them with. I didn't really know much of anything about it. It wasn't really something that had interested me. But since it was part of the trip, I was absolutely along for the ride. Once I got to Utah, we started driving back to where we were going to be staying. And on the way, we stopped by Utah Airguns. Really cool place right there in Utah. We stopped in, talked to Justin, and they have a really nice place. They have a cool little lane system. They got a bunch of different air guns and a ton of knowledge about the topics. So we had some fun, we shot some air guns, and we invited Justin to go on our turkey hunt. Once he said yes, we figured, hey, let's shoot turkeys with air guns. So we got to Big Mountain Hunting Ranch with our party and we set off after some turkeys. Didn't take us too long to find the turkeys and get on them, but once we found them, they didn't want to be found anymore. So they were kind of getting the heck out of there and trying to stay as far away from us as possible. I know at the ranch sometimes people call the turkeys in, and that's probably something I should have tried, but you know, I didn't bring a turkey call. So we just got right after hunting them. The air guns are really cool, and especially after being in Florida with Python Cowboy and Brownells hunting iguanas with air guns, this was just adding to my interest in that platform. They were really cool and really powerful. In fact, one of the guys, Cameron, who came with Utah Air Guns, he took a ram with a 4.57 pellet. When it got to be my turn, they put the tripod down for me, they set up the air gun, I sighted it, charged the bolt back, aimed right for its noggin, and took the shot. The turkey did the death flap, which is exactly what we were told to expect. Everyone gave high fives. It was glorious all the way around. I turned back down as we started to walk, and I saw my turkey get up and walk away. I definitely hit it in the head, but it was just injured, not dead. This is one of my biggest fears, hitting the animal, injuring it, but not killing it. We totally set off after them, and at this point, they were spooked. They were staying as far away from us as they possibly could. We ended up coming up to a little bit of a rise and getting another shot at them, and they saw us and they ran away. At that point, I was feeling really guilty that this turkey was out there suffering because of me. So as they tried to set up the tripod for another shot, I requested just to take the gun, I grabbed it off the tripod, and I set out on foot trying to find these things. I knew exactly what the turkey looked like, so I was trying to keep an eye out, I was trying to find them, and trying to make sure that I was always pointed in the safe direction and not getting anywhere in the direction that my party was. Trying to track the injured Tom, say that 10 times real fast. I came across blood trails several times, so I knew that I was going in the right direction, and I started to swing out to get a nice broad arc around them so that I didn't scare them and I could actually get a shot off. The whole time, I'm just internally freaking out because the last thing I ever want to do is injure something and not kill it. And I knew this thing was hurting bad because it was bleeding enough for me to actually see the tracks and track it through the woods. Finally tracked them. I came up on a rise. I had worked around behind them so they didn't immediately see me. I took aim with the air gun, pulled the trigger, and direct impact. Hit it exactly where I wanted to. We saw the death flap again. I immediately walked up to it because if it wasn't dead, I wanted to make sure that I put it out of its misery. This time the job was done and the turkey was no longer suffering, which I guess brings me to turkeys are amazingly resilient. I have read a bunch of stories since then about people going turkey hunting and hitting the turkeys and then the turkey flies off or runs off and they just can't find it. Yeah, they're incredibly resilient. At one point, one of the shooters went for a vital shot. They hit almost exactly perfectly and that turkey didn't even care. It walked it off like there was nothing. When we were later processing the turkey, we saw that it had missed the heart by just millimeters. So I grabbed my turkey and I began the walk back to the processing table. When I got there, Kelly from Big Mountain Hunting Ranch was there and he was processing the turkeys for us so we could get back out there. However, for me, harvesting animals always has to follow up with processing the animal and at least taking part in that myself and eventually consuming the animal. I asked Kelly if he would be so kind as to show me the ropes and he was so gracious and he showed me everything. He basically did one half and let me do the other half on my turkey. And I was really grateful to get the opportunity and the experience to do that. And I guess this is a great time to really give a shout out to Big Mountain Hunting Ranch. They just do an amazing thing. And for me, as a beginner, as someone who's just getting into hunting, this is just such an incredible experience. So I got back to Colorado and I realized that, hey, we're still in turkey season. And now that I have turkey fever, I started looking at it. So I started looking into it. There's some over-the-counter tags that I can still get in some areas. So I've been looking through the areas with some of the guys from the hunting crew, Sam, Mike, Dave, Mike, 2 Mikes, and really just trying to figure out where we can go. I probably won't get another turkey because some of these places are pretty hunted out by this point, but that's not really the point. Yes, ethical harvesting is a huge part of hunting, but honestly, it's just getting out and enjoying the nature nature as well. That's a huge part of it for me. I don't know if it's like that for everybody. And yeah, some of it is the game. By doing what we did in Utah, I was able to get the basics under my belt. I understand how to process a turkey. I understand how to take a turkey. I understand a little bit of how turkeys think. And as long as I can be in a place that actually has some turkeys, we might be able to make that happen. Had I not done this, I wouldn't be turkey hunting. I wouldn't be applying for the tags next year. I wouldn't be getting the over-the-counter this year. So this really drew me in and made me even more interested, because when we got them back, we actually marinated them for a day, and then Cole was able to smoke them, and they were so freaking good. They were delicious. I've never had anything that fresh as far as turkey goes, and I was just super, super impressed with how delicious it was. So this was a really cool adventure. Thanks to all the people that I was with. Thanks to Utah Airguns for bringing the airgun to let us use. Thanks to Devil Dog Arms and Cole for bringing me out there. And thanks to Kelly at Big Mountain Hunting Ranch for really showing me the ropes and helping me have this brand new experience that now I hope to turn into turkey hunting every year for the rest of my life. Hey, leave me a comment if you've ever turkey hunted, or if you haven't but you want to. I'm very, very interested in this. It's like this whole world that I was missing. And as I've become apt to say, get off the couch, go find some adventure, and I genuinely hope that I see you out there. So we showed up at Big Mountain. I whistled. So we showed up at Big Mountain. So we Hi, babe. Not yet. Don't put this in. Everyone gave high fives, and it was a glorious time, talking like a Russian. When it finally came, just give me 5 minutes. Okay. Trying to track them down, I actually came across, trying to track the turkey down, I came across several blood paths and was able to follow them. And trying to track the turkey down, I came across several blood paths, trying to track the injured Tom. Say that 10 times real fast. I want to thank Michael Jordan. I don't want to thank anybody.
It's a very quick video today.
Is this racist? Is it racist to do impressions anymore? I don't remember.